Holy shit, man. We've actually already recorded this. Had another SD card failure. Go F yourself, GoPro. Oh, man, I can't stand you. But we are starting off again, so here we go. What do you get when you have 2 microphones, a bottle of bourbon, and plenty of time to kill? It's the Bourbon Talking Podcast with Billy and Jimmy. Glad you found us. Sit back, relax. Let's see what we get into. A lot has happened since episode 12. It's actually been about 7 days or so since we recorded that one. This is episode 13 of It's the Bourbon Talking Podcast. Welcome, everybody. Jimmy is back from Germany. I'm back from New York, and we did a whole lot since the last time you guys saw us.
And we're recorded.
We're what?
Saturday Night Live goes, and it's live. Well, it's recorded. It's a podcast, and you don't get to hear it until later.
Right. Coming way late from a town near you. All right.
Well, I hope not, because, we have an Australia listening.
Man, we're hitting a big time. We're on 3 continents.
No. 2 continents,
2
3
continents,
countries.
3 countries.
Oh, my God. I got to get you back into
Whole
geography.
bunch of cities.
Holy shit. Geography was not your strong suit.
80-something cities. 3 countries, 2 continents. Man. All right, so we got some new announcements. The website is up and running as of about 25 minutes ago.
Yeah, we are officially a website now, or have one.
Yep.
Whatever.
Oh, also, we have the YouTube channel up. So YouTube is up. You can also get to that through our website. It's thebourbontalking.com. And we're on every platform, everywhere.
And if you really need to reach out to us, you can actually go to our website and send us an email, and we'll get to it eventually.
I'll get to it pretty quick, but yeah. So I was trying to make an email address, just info@itsthebourbontalking.com. And I thought I could get 2 email addresses. So I made another one called Billy and Jimmy. Well, the only one that went through was a Billy and Jimmy. But if you go to our website, you can also communicate to us that way.
Yeah, I've been talking to Billy. Hey, we have a have to have a website. No, we got YouTube. It's they just leave comments. They can actually go to our website and, maybe email us or buy something or whatever. And no, we don't.
Yep. So today he said, "Hey man, I want a website." And how much longer? How much time did it take for you to hit enter on the keyboard that pop up?
Oh, it's pretty quick.
You're welcome.
Yeah. After nagging him for weeks.
I had other things to do. I was getting this together, and I was mixing in a little bit of that, and I sprinkled some of that shit on this, and I was getting around to the website.
Did nothing.
Damn.
Nothing.
I get no respect.
Well, you don't get it at home. You think you can get it here?
Hell no. No, not at all.
It's like, oh my God.
Bear with me, man. I got a little this vertigo weird shit going on. So if I move my head or my eyeballs too fast, I feel like I just stepped on the dock off the boat. So
does penicillin help that?
I don't have any. You got some?
No, I don't have what you have either.
Oh, you're being a smart ass. All right, so
here we go.
So
next will be, how did he catch the vertigo? Why wasn't he using protection?
It's not an STD, dude. It's this. I think first, never Google anything. So in the first 3 minutes, I thought I might have vertigo. The symptoms I haven't. That's the only thing I can describe it as. So I have multiple sclerosis, or I'm not drinking enough water, or I don't know. So never Google anything. Just rub dirt on it and keep going, man. Google will make you think you're dying.
Yeah. Okay. And we just heard from Dr. Billy here, and so go get your penicillin for your vertigo, and we'll keep going on.
So anyway, We went to the 82nd annual Daytona
That's
Bike
where you
Week.
caught it. I saw you go in that little outhouse.
I'm pretty sure if I caught anything, it was off that food tray on the back of the seat of the airplane. Man, I tell you.
Now, what kind of flight did you take to have to get it off the toilet seat of an airplane?
Not the toilet seat, the damn food tray on the back of the seat. I don't go into airplane bathrooms. I would have if I could have. Hey, I got a bone to pick with you, by the way.
Well, that didn't flow well.
No, shit just hit me.
Nice segue. It didn't go well.
So, did you not sit here and help me pick my assigned seats on my last flight?
Oh, I did.
You did. Mm-hmm. And why did you not slap me in the head for picking a window seat? All 4 flights, I'm not a 4-year-old kid. I don't need to look out the window of an aircraft. I have been on many of airplanes. I've jumped out of most of them. I've only landed in about 5 of them, but I've been on many of flights. I was like I was claustrophobic. I'm not claustrophobic. I was freaking out in this airplane.
Okay,
I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe.
And I will remind him and explain to the audience why we picked those seats. Because you booked your flight so late that the only seats available were middle seats. If you think you're claustrophobic against the window, you got to sit in between like 2 really, really, really large people, and you don't even get to use the armrest on either side. You're sitting just all crunched up in the middle. So
you know what? I stand corrected because you're. It's not that I picked my flight late. When I knew I had to go, I only had a couple of days to go. So, but you're right. There were no aisle seats available, were there?
None. And we were able to get you in a couple of exit rows to give you a little leg room.
Man, I would rather fly with the chickens down in the luggage area. I was about to die.
Well, again.
So we pull up to Charlotte and it's pretty bad. So as this is coming home flight, we're probably 5 minutes out from touching down. I get an alert on my phone that my next flight is now boarding. So I'm like, oh man, I'm going to be cutting this one close. Last time when I flew there, I was in Concourse A. I had 7 minutes to run to Concourse C. And I don't run unless somebody's chasing me. So I barely made it. When I got to the plane, they said, your flight's gone. I'm like, no, it's not. It's still sitting right there. Come on. She took me down the little bridgeway, and she had to knock on the closed door on the side of the aircraft that they popped the damn.
Yeah. It's Billy Skipper.
Can I
come
flip your
in?
pillow?
No, you may not.
Oh,
Get him, Bruce.
We done fired Bruce up now.
This is the guard dog.
So they opened up they opened up the side of the airplane and let me in at the last minute. Bruce, I'm trying to record a podcast. Knock it off.
Just pause it a second.
Okay, so as we landed, I had gotten the alert that my next flight was boarding, and I'm trying to get home by 8:00 at night. So, I'm like, I'm going to have to run again. I'm at one concourse. I got to run to the other. The last time I did this, I did it. I almost had a stroke, but I did it in about 6 minutes. And then we're just sitting there. We're sitting on the taxiway, and he comes over and says, hey, sorry, guys, we're going to be holding here on the taxiway for a while. The airport's full. There's nowhere to park. I'm like, oh, my God, there's no way I'm going to make this next flight. And so the flight attendant heard me say that, and they said, sir, they know where you're at. Your next plane is not going to take off without you. And I'm thinking, bullshit. Yes, they will take off without you.
In a New York minute.
And so then after about 10 minutes of just sitting in purgatory, the pilot comes over the intercom and says, "Hey, we are changing our concourse from A to Delta." I said, "That is fantastic. My next flight was in D." So I look on my app and we've changed to gate D11. My next flight is D12. I'm about to park right next to the next plane I got on. Man, I'm going to pull this off. This is going to be excellent. And we sit there and we sit there and we sit there.
And you watch the plane pull out of the gate next to you.
I watch my next flight
so much for that
pull out of D12. And I watched my app change the gate from D11 to D12. We parked where my next plane was sitting at. And I looked at the airline stewardess and I
just
said,
lost my camera again. I tell you what, let's just take the power completely off of it. And just run it on the battery. It's got a battery in it, right?
Dude, all this was synced up.
Just run it on the battery.
Was it filming?
No, it just stopped. It literally, I just heard it beep and stop.
Okay. So my flight pulled into the same parking spot, D12, as my next connecting flight was. And I looked at the airline steward. I said, "So my plane's not going to leave without me?" "Guaranteed, sir. There's a computer system that tracks all the passengers. They know your next flight is." I said, "Well, that's
but
funny.
They don't care.
My next flight was the one that just left so that we could park here." So she says, "Oh, you'll need to go see customer service."
Oops, I'm an idiot.
So I go to customer service and I said, "Hey, my flight left without me." She says, "Well, we get another one that's in about 2 hours." So I said, "Yeah, they will leave without you. They do not care. They overbook all these damn flights anyway."
Was this in Charlotte?
Yeah, this is Charlotte.
The nice thing about Charlotte, it does have a lot of nice restaurants and bars in there.
Yeah, I went to this little place called Jose Cuervo something.
Tequila Rita.
Nope. It was Jose Cuervo. Jose Cuervo Tequila Rita. Yeah, that's the one.
See what I'm working with, people. This is such bullshit.
I thought you were just saying, yeah, whatever. So the confusing part to that was you can't just walk in and sit down. You got to wait. And then when you sit down, there's a QR code on the table and you got to create your own tab.
Yeah, no, they're all that way now.
I didn't know that, man. I don't get out much.
Aren't you the IT guy for the company?
I am, and I'm usually at home on a damn computer. I don't get on airplanes and go somewhere.
See what I got to work with, people.
I'll stay in the rear with the gear.
So while he was in New York, I was in Germany, and my return flight from Germany, they canceled my flight. Well, they didn't cancel. They said, you're being delayed, and it's going to affect all your connecting flights, so we're going to go ahead and rebook you. That's not cool. So they rebooked me, didn't even put me back on the airline that I bought. They put me on a totally different airline that's not even a code share or partner or any type of airline. And it was horrible.
Oh, you wasn't on an American Airlines flight?
Well, I wasn't trying to drop names, but no, I'm not. Wasn't on an American flight. When I flew from Dulles to Jacksonville, I was on United, and United planes are dirty, nasty, and disgusting. That's why I do not fly United. But
worse than AA?
Well, AA is not that bad, but and it's better than Delta. Yeah. Anyways, long story short was I had bought my upgrades going over. But when they rebooked me, they took away my upgrade, put me in the back of the airplane. And this is an Airbus A380, which is a double decker. There's 250 people on the bottom, I believe, and like 250 on top. So this thing's a multi-level airplane. And I was in the top deck in the very back in a middle seat next to the toilet. And
sounds like a perfect spot.
No, I'm like, that's not what I paid for.
Right by the bathroom?
Yeah. Anyways, no, you don't want to be next to the bathroom. Every time you open it, you smell. Oh, dude, man, you should have had that burrito. But yeah, anyway, so got to the American Airline desk in London after I flew from Germany to London. I said, "Hey, I paid for the upgrade going to United States." You're like, "Oh yeah." So I did get they did put me in an upgraded seat, and I got my meals. That's where you saw my menu, of, hey, this is what we're going to serve you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner flying over.
That photograph you sent me pissed me off. This sumbitch got a menu.
I did.
I got that 1982 gingerbread cookie and a flat Sprite.
And you enjoyed every bit of it, didn't you?
Man, yeah.
That's what I thought.
So I bought this little bag of Scooby snacks before we get on the plane. I thought I was getting this whole bag of trail mix for $12. It was like almonds, raisins, and chocolate covered whatnots. I was like, oh man, a whole sack of this for $12. That's not bad. So I bought it, and I was sitting waiting on a layover, and I opened it up, and it was like little individual bags inside the big bag. So that pissed me off. So I sit there and I eat several of them, and they're in my computer bag. So when I got on the flight and everybody broke out that gingerbread cookie, I just smiled because I knew I had Scooby snacks. Nope, I'd already eaten them all. So I just had a big bag of trash.
Yeah, dumbass.
I'm going to smuggle a Subway sandwich on the next one.
Which is absolutely perfectly legal. You can, as long as it's in the terminal there, you can, most people go and get, especially coming out of Charlotte, Bojangles. And they just bring their fried chicken and everything onto the plane. So, yeah.
Dude, let me warn everybody out there in podcast land. If you're sitting next to me in a damn sardine can and you break out a 3-piece, we gonna fight.
And you're gonna have to smell it and just hate life.
you gonna have a 1.5 piece because
I'm telling you, they do it all the time, especially in
you ain't
Charlotte.
breaking out no Bojangles next to me in a confined space and think that you just gonna over there
all the time. I'm just telling you, people just that or slices of pizza. I mean, they do it all the time. It's you're able to go out there and find whatever you want. And thank God we're not flying on a Korean airplane where they just bring kimchi on the plane. It's like, oh God.
Man, I like kimchi.
Oh, I love kimchi too, but man, that smell just lingers, and you just don't need it in an airplane.
We have this little tavern.
And you don't want to be in that seat next to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, well. We have this little tavern in our town that sells kimchi French fries. Jimmy's like,
no. Those were bulgogi. See, you got to get your Korean. You're all mixed up.
Well, I probably don't like kimchi then.
It was bulgogi.
Yeah, okay. So I'm a fan of that, but I don't know about the kimchi.
Kimchi is rotten cabbage.
It's fermented, sir. They don't
What's the difference?
One's aged on purpose, and one was forgotten.
What is wine? Liquefied bad grapes, fermented.
On purpose. That's why it's called fermented. If it was left and forgotten by mistake, it's called rotten. So the first glass of wine was rotten, and they said, hey, this is pretty good. From then on, it was called fermented.
It's all good stuff.
That's pretty good.
I'm just saying. So, yeah, anyways, the trip back from London was good. But sat in the, well, I was in London, sat in the Admiral's Lounge and just waiting on the flight. It was actually, I'm sorry, that was on the way over. So we're sitting in the Admiral's Lounge on the way over from London to Germany. And a British guy sat down next to us and he goes, hey, you're Americans. I'm like, no, I'm Floridian. He looked at me, he goes, Floridian? He goes, in Florida in America? I said, well, Florida's in America, but then again, so is California and New York, and they're considered Americans, so I'm considered Floridian. And he started like, I get it. He was laughing. He was like, probably the dumbest joke I ever made. I mean, I've never made a good joke, so he was dying laughing at that. And I'm like, man, this guy has like zero sense of humor or sad life. I don't know.
You think British people say, I don't understand American humor? Because I know I've said I don't understand British humor my whole life, but
But this guy was he was funny. He was like he goes, hey, I love Americans. I love the way that you guys, not only did you break away from the UK like many years ago and start America, but every opportunity you're like, hey, fuck the Brits. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? He goes, oh man, he goes, I mean, you think about it. How about just in the driving? He goes, hey, the British drive on the left. America was like, fuck that. We're driving on the right, just to screw with the UK. He goes, man, that is brilliant. I'm like, I never thought about it like that. Okay, maybe that was kind of our forefathers saying, hey, screw the Brits. I get it. That was pretty good. I was laughing. He goes, not only that, but he goes, color. I'm like, color. And I knew that, like certain colors, they're the same color, but they're spelled differently depending on which country. And he goes, but then he goes, we spell color with a U. You took the U out. You said, fuck you, UK. I'm like, okay, that's good. Not where I thought he was going to go with that. But then he goes, hey, just like the letter gray or the word gray, I'm like, I said, I know where you're going with that one. He goes, okay, I just lost my video.
SD card error.
So I just needed a GoPro. I wonder if that one got damaged in the house fire. But it's supposed to be it's supposed to be an adventure camera. When you're in a fire, I mean, not an adventure.
That's a hell of an adventure, and it didn't make that one.
Help me.
I mean, you could
help me, Rhonda.
2 bad cards, I guess, but
no. See, I'm not buying it because I had that 1 terabyte card in there way before the house fire, and I've never had these issues.
Okay, so bike week, we saw some weird shit, of course.
Oh, we were talking about the British guy, man. You just kind of jumped ship.
Sorry,
so.
Nope. Back to the British guy.
So he goes, hey, the color gray, we spell it with an E here, G-R-E-Y. You guys spell it with an A. You said, fuck, we're going to spell A with America, so it's G-R-A-Y. I'm like, which I knew that, but he was funny. He was like, yeah, you guys just, stiff it to the UK all the time and the Brits. And, he goes, you guys built a theater. Hey, we're going to spell it, with an ER, not an RE like the Brits, and center, we're going to spell it with an ER, not an RE. He goes, man, I love every time you guys build something and mimic us. You're like, yeah, but we're going to spell it differently or do it a little differently. He goes, I just love the way you guys put your own twist on it. And I'm like, we didn't pick up a monarchy either. He goes, yes, but we mimicked you. We come up with parliament. We got a prime minister. I mean, the guy was absolutely hilarious. It was funny. We talked to him for probably 2 hours and he just went on and on. And
makes me wonder what happened the first time a guy rode a horse over here in the new country. He was on the left side of the trail and the police came out and said, put that horse over to the right side of the trail.
But the best comment he said, the best FU he came up with was, we drink tea over here hot. He goes, you guys said, fuck that. We're going to make our tea with a ton of sugar. We're going to put it in the refrigerator. We're going to call it iced tea. He goes, that was the ultimate FU. And, that hit the monarchy right where it hurts. I'm like, dude, man.
We even found a way to screw your tea up.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, I a little bitter. He goes, no, I love America. I want to come down and live in America. I'm like, hey, man, just come across the southern border, man. I'll let you in. He goes, I got a passport. I can come in legally. Like,
think of how funny a Louisiana redneck hunting coons would look taking a 2:00 hot tea break.
Hot tea and crumpets.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Oh, my God. I mean, the guy was hilarious.
Luckily, we got cold, sweet iced tea.
But, yeah, it was funny. He was a really good guy. Enjoyed talking to him for the couple hours there. And Kurt, he was with me. He was just laughing. He goes, oh, my God, you got this guy wound up. and the guy did say when next time he comes to America, he's going to look us up and he'd like to come on the podcast. So he has my contact information. And, hey, we're looking forward to having this the spread on, so.
Well, I've been watching the algorithms, and he hasn't downloaded our podcast yet. So you need to give him a call and say, let's go. Cheerio, Buttercup.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. So maybe he was just blowing hot tea at my ass. I don't know. So, but yep. Anyway, so as you were saying, we went to Harley, or Bike Week.
82nd annual Bike Week, Daytona Bike Week. Yes, it was awesome. We try to go every year. I think we've been the last 5 years in a row, I believe.
As you and I and the wives are going, but I have actually been going a lot more since before you there. So, but yeah, nope.
Yeah, I've been going for probably 20 years too. But then
yes,
I took a big hiatus.
But together
in a row, we've kind of
together 5. Yeah. It's all good. In fact, last year, within 3 weeks of returning from Bike Week, my house burnt down and lost 2 Harleys. So one of them I'd only made like 4 payments on. But hey, I digress. That's my problem, not yours out there, people.
Wow. I just realized something. We have a tragedy every time we come back from Bike Week. I'm not going to say what happened this time.
Well, you got my curiosity up.
Remember what I had to go do Monday? It required me wearing a suit.
Oh.
So I'm going to definitely chalk that up. So we either have a dog gets... What are you doing over there? What's all that rattling noise? You're already not on camera, and now I got to edit.
Well, now that they're not watching me, I can actually pull out my erector set.
I'm
multitasking.
Adult ADHD is really starting to put a damper on society. And
well, I don't have ADHD. I just like to multitask. There's shit I like to do.
What does someone with ADHD call their ADHD? Well, a multitask. Anyway, what was that? Oh, so we always have some sort of tragedy.
Thank God you didn't have a camera rolling right here.
It's usually a dog, an issue with one of the dogs, your house burning down, or I'm not going to say what just happened here. Maybe we are to give Bike Week a rest. Let's not go next year.
No, I'm going. In fact, we've already rented the hotel rooms.
You're right. We are going. We'll see you there. Number 83. Square.
If you don't rent them a year out, you're going to pay $1,200 a night. So one of the pet peeves I have for this year's Bike Week, never really noticed it in the past. For this year, it was more prevalent. Maybe because it wasn't so hot. It's either really, really cold or really, really hot. And it was actually kind of nice this year. It's kind of in between. It was good weather. There was a lot of guys wearing tattoo sleeves. I'm like, really? Half the women had like real tattooed sleeves, and I saw a lot of guys wearing either
like a shirt.
Yeah, like a shirt. Yeah, wearing these like tattooed sleeve, t-shirts.
I didn't see that because I probably would have made a comment.
Just drove me nuts. Like, dude, either go out and get the real tattoo or don't have it. Don't wear like a t-shirt sleeve tattoo shirt. What? I mean, the women at least own it. They go out and get them. I mean, if you're a man and you're wearing a tattooed t-shirt sleeve thing, you shouldn't be at Bike Week. You should be at home.
Well, I mean, I'm getting a little old, man. I like to have my arms covered up every once in a while, but I'm not going to
just put on a long sleeve shirt. Don't have to have one that looks like tattoos.
I'm going to have tattoos.
Pantyhose on your arms. I don't get it.
It's peculiar.
That was bullshit. I mean, at least the women had real tattoos. This guy, I mean, there was a ton of guys too that just wear these imitation tattoo sleeve shirts, whatever. That's bullshit. But, I think they were at Teddy Moore's. Like, really? You had to go to Teddy's?
So we've got another kind of a Harley channel. I'll put a link in the description and a little thing right about here. And so you guys can hop over and check that video out when it comes out.
And that's what we call the Billy channel.
Dude, you're in it more than I am. I don't know what you're talking about. My camera's always pointing at you. You're so handsome.
No. Half the time we pull up to a red light, the camera's in your face. Your camera's videoing you.
That's untrue. It's untrue.
Just saying out loud.
Everything I do is for comedic effect. When you got a face like this, you got to be funny. Because otherwise, you ain't got nothing else going for you.
Okay. And you're funny. No, you are funny. I'm not. I'm just the serious one all the time. So anyways, what else is on the agenda?
Take that as a compliment or not.
No, you are funny. No, you're the group comedian.
So I got you. Didn't you pull up the doohickey with the whatnot and all the words on it? So we were walking from the hotel. This sumbitch tells me, "Don't worry, buddy. It's only 10 blocks." I'm like, I ain't walked 10 clicks in a long time. So we try to get
I pulled up the doohickey you're talking about, and that article right there is not even in there.
It's not. I'm talking about it right now.
Then why do you want me to pull up the doohickey?
Because I was going to talk about the guy arresting himself. But to talk about the guy arresting himself, which happened at Main Street, I got to get our listeners 10 freaking blocks from our hotel room down to Main Street to where the story happens. So there I was walking with my buddy 10 blocks. Well, about 3 blocks away, we find them damn, them little freaking little battery scooters that you can leave around the city everywhere. And there's an app. I'm like, oh yeah. My cripple ass about to rent a scooter and just do circles around you guys on the way up there.
Laura jumped on hers, and she was doing circles around
Laura
us.
hops on, bloop, bloop, bloop. She's good. She's scooting around the parking lot. Of course, I'm the tech guy, so you know I'm having problems. And I get the account set up. About boom, it logs the scooter right in. I hit the throttle. Nothing happens. So I'm trying to figure this thing out. It's pretty damn easy. It's just got a thumb screw, and the thing goes. Laura says, well, I had to kick mine around for a minute, and then it took off. So they're kind of geo-located. If they're not in the right geolocation, you might have to kick that sumbitch manually down the street until you're out of that area for it to fire up.
So
it didn't work.
Let me break this down to some of the audience that may be drinking. So it has to have a connection to satellite, cellular, or something for it to turn on. Well, and if it doesn't have a connection, it will not. Mother base of Scooter over here, Scooter World, won't turn it on. So anyways, go ahead.
There's an actual area, a spot, a geolocation that these things have to be parked in. And if they're out of a certain area, they may not operate properly because they're in an undesignated zone to be under operation. Well, this is the parking lot where they're all dropped off, so we're assuming that it's in the right location. We dick dance around with these things for a half an hour. I unmarry it from my phone. I buy it again. The next thing I know, I'm being charged $12 on 2 different charges, and I haven't gone anywhere yet. And it's supposed to be the first, I don't know. Them things must be made by GoPro. Anyway, we finally get down to Main Street, and as we are approaching Main Street, all the chaos is starting to brew, and there's 10,000 people standing on each side of the street waiting for the light to turn green and the officer to walk them across. Well, his patrol car is about 30 yards up the street, and as we're walking past the cop car, there's this person. I can't say if he had a house or not, but anyway, there's this person. He drops his backpack down on the ground next to the car. He pats his pockets, and he throws both hands on the hood. Well, there's no police officer anywhere near this patrol car, and I was like, holy shit, that guy just arrested himself. And
he did.
I don't know, it was pretty funny. He had to be there. But
yeah, the guy just walked by the car and just arrested, just jumped in the back. Oh, I'm ready to go.
I should have kept watching. You think he tried to get in the back seat?
I know he did. He definitely
What
gave
a
it
good
shot.
time.
So that was a good time, and Billy just pitched him on because, oh my God, it's so far to walk.
I've been walking 59 hours, 37 minutes, 62 seconds. Can't walk no more. Getting tired. Can't walk no more. Getting weak in the knees.
It was.
Anyway, so I had to rent an Uber to get his ass to and from the hotel.
Look, man, I'm getting old. You know how many steps I'd taken that day? Like 10,000. My Apple Watch was tired.
Yeah, we had to Uber to and from the hotel. I'm tired.
I mean, walking down there is okay, but then after you party and you drink and then you think, man, I've got to walk 10 clicks back to the hotel. I'll just sleep on this corner over here by this dumpster. That's not something to look forward to. Jimmy said, don't worry, brother. I got you an Uber Black on the way. I'm like, oh, word? Really? This damn Suzuki Juke pulls. What the hell? I said, this ain't no damn Uber Black. I got a ride on the hood.
Mitsubishi. I don't know, but it was a small car. But
Everybody gets in the car. The guy that can't walk and is tired is still standing outside going, damn, I ain't got nowhere to sit in this car. I either got to drive or kick the driver out, or maybe I just hold on to the back bumper and just let him drag me back to the hotel.
Yeah, I got him back to the hotel. I got him to downtown. Well, we jumped out a little early, but we got to Main Street. We didn't let him take us all the way there. We jumped out early.
No, that was perfect.
So, no, it was a good time. No, it was good. It was short. We like to do a little longer time and then come back and make a few stops on our last day on the way home. And we have a ritual that didn't happen this time. We just had to jump on the road and fly home.
What's the ritual? What do we normally do?
The last stop in St. Augustine.
Oh, yeah. No, that last time we did them rituals, it cost about $60-something thousand. We'll probably give them a break for a while, too.
Yeah, I agree. Every time we stopped there, we wind up buying a Harley. Or at least I'd have.
The ritual he's talking about is St. Augustine, Harley Davidson. Shout out to them guys.
Well, no, I mean, it's not just the Harley, but they have live entertainment, food trucks, beer trucks, liquor trucks, and it's just always a good time. And axe throwing. I mean, the girls were throwing axes 1 year. I mean,
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Then there was a stunt bicycle guy on the side 1 year.
That was cool.
I mean, yeah, he forgets.
Yeah, that was cool. Well, I remember. I just don't remember where I'm at or who I'm with when it happens. I've had too many concussions. Okay, we got a couple of major announcements. I don't know if we've talked about this earlier on this podcast. We've had so many damn technical difficulties. We've restarted this thing twice. We've had cameras drop out. We're back on the air. We're not back on the air. The dog's barking. So I'll take it from the top. We now have a YouTube channel. It is up and running. It's the Bourbon Talking Podcast YouTube challenge. It's the Bourbon Talking Podcast YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description and some little doohickey right about here so that you can find it. And we also have the website up and running. It's thebourbontalking.com. So feel free to leave comments. You can reach out to us, cuss us out, tell us something funny, bitch, complain, moan, groan, whatever you want to do. You can now get a hold of us. We're pretty easy. Otherwise, we're still on every platform, everywhere. Matter of fact, the next time you're in a Porta-John, if you pull out the toilet paper long enough, you're probably going to see our logo on there somewhere.
Was it the Shit Happens podcast?
No, I mean, you know, we probably have a majority of our audience watch us on the toilet. You know?
Please do not do that. Any of those out there, you don't really want to watch it on the toilet. please.
Man, a lot of people get their social media download during their outload. You know what I'm saying?
See, here's how I see this going down. Somebody's going to be watching us on the toilet. They're going to drop their phone or iPad or their stinking laptop. I don't know what they do in the bathrooms in the toilet, and they're going to wind up suing us for a new phone, iPad, or laptop. No,
we ain't responsible for you dropping your damn phone in the toilet.
Don't do it in the tub or the shower. Just, leisure living room. And definitely not driving. Don't drive no,
you can listen to us on all the podcast platforms while you're driving, but don't be watching our pretty faces while you're swerving in and out of traffic. Save that for the toilet.
Yeah. Oh, God. Not the toilet. Please. Why do you keep going back to the toilet, man? Hey, I'm flying American Airlines. I'm next to the toilet. Hey, people watching our podcast on the toilet. Really? Can you get your mind out of the toilet? This is the talent I'm working with, people.
You love it.
It's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. But yeah, we have some good things coming up, and not dropping names, but we are talking to a distillery about some bourbon. So hopefully in the not too distant future, you'll see some advertisement and we can, give some shout out to a bourbon distillery.
Yeah, we'll probably do a remote show from there as well. That'll be that'll be really fun to do. And
you're more than welcome to come join us.
They were pretty kind and receiving, gave us a nice little tour of the place. We hung out for about an hour, and shout out to Bassett, real cool guy.
So, hey, things are looking up, so we'll, stay tuned. More to come on that. And, hopefully the next podcast we can bring out a name. But right now we're in talks.
Yep.
So, again, nobody's sponsoring this thing. So I can't tell you what I'm drinking, but it's really good. And it's not the product of the other people, but hopefully we have their product. They had a good product too, don't get me wrong. But, until somebody sponsors us, you can insert your name right here. Nah, just bourbon.
Man, I was at the gas station the other day. I was in a damn hurry. Always in a hurry, I guess, to a certain extent.
No, you're not. Like, I can't walk anymore. Can I get an Uber?
That doesn't mean I'm not in a hurry, though. I still want to get where I'm going quick, and I'm just bitching about it because it's going to take me a long time because I'm freaking walking.
And sweating and out of breath.
Look, dude, I've traveled on foot farther than most men have in their lifetime. I'm 50. I'm tired, and I got a Harley. I don't need to walk. But anyway, where was I going with this? Oh, I was in a gas station. I walk up to the cashier, and the lady's not there, and I'm looking around. Oh, she's down the candy aisle. She says, I'll be right with you. I was like, no rush. I'm not in a hurry. I'm always in a hurry. But anyway, so she comes up with like 3 or 4 boxes of candy. I was like, what are you doing, inventory? She's like, no, I'm bringing these up. Well, I'm the only person in the store. So I started looking around. I'm like, well, who the hell's buying them? She said, oh, it's a DoorDash order. I said, what? She said, it's DoorDash. You got 3 boxes of Mike and Ike's and some gummy worms. She said, yeah, they do it every day, twice a day. I said, somebody DoorDashes the gas station for candy twice a day?
That's expensive candy.
What are you doing? Get off first off, stop eating that shit. That shit's going to kill you. Second, what are you doing?
I just lost my camera again. Okay, it's back recording. And it's dying again.
Yeah, there's a thermal problem or something.
Oh, no, the battery's dead.
Nope, it's on 29%.
And what's on 20? Yeah, it's dying. It's in yellow.
So, still got 30% left. It should still be recording. Why did it stop?
I don't know.
Let me tell you something, GoPro. You make some garbage shit. I'm going to buy another one. I'm fixing to buy the 11 just because I got to have another camera because of some shit I'm trying to do. If it's a piece of garbage, I swear I'm going to find you. I'm going to hunt you down and I'm going to wish you made a better camera. Damn. Why is your shit messed up, man?
I don't know. It's worked in the past.
I was talking to GoPro. I'm not talking to you.
Oh, okay.
Venting. This is going to be a damn nightmare to edit, by the way.
What else you got to do?
And I got to have this thing out in 12 hours?
Better get to work.
Damn, man.
So the last thing we were talking about was somebody buying a lot of candy.
What are you doing DoorDashing candy from a gas station? You
Okay,
must have tons of undisposable income.
I had to set him up for this. And the reason I say that is because at his previous job, he DoorDashed Chick-fil-A, which was literally 30 feet outside his door. He DoorDashed Chick-fil-A literally 50 feet out from the desk he was working at to Chick-fil-A's front door. 50
Jesus,
feet.
I just fell into this story. Hook, line, and sinker.
He DoorDashed Chick-fil-A. But here's the problem with
There's
this.
a silver lining to this story.
He DoorDashed it. He sent it to his house 20 miles away. His wife had to pay the DoorDash guy to take it back to his. I mean, that Chick-fil-A sandwich had to have been like iceberg cold. But
it was.
But my point is that he's bitching about somebody DoorDashing Mike and Ike's and candies from a 7-Eleven. But the man literally DoorDashed a Chick-fil-A when Chick-fil-A was literally 50 feet away from his desk.
In my defense.
No defense.
I didn't feel like I had the opportunity to walk away from my desk in time to go get the lunch because a lot of shit was happening. So I DoorDashed it. And I can see the Chick-fil-A across the street. I go back to working. 30 minutes later, I'm like, son bitch, man, where's my DoorDash? It's right across the street. What's taking so long?
He could have literally looked to his right or his left and told one of his coworkers, I'm going to the bathroom. But I use the word restroom. He likes to use bathroom. But I'm going to the restroom, and could have just bolted out of the door, got the Chick-fil-A, he could have even eaten it before he got back, and nobody would have been any wiser. But no, he DoorDashed it and sent it to his wife's house. And she's like, what the hell are you doing?
Terry calls me on the phone and said, hey, jackass. I'm like, yeah, baby, what's up? She said, did you order DoorDash? Yes.
Well, he's thinking that she probably saw the credit card or the notice, but no.
No, I could hear him talking in the background. I said, hey, do me a favor. Tell that guy bring me my damn. So she
I think it was breakfast, but it wound up being lunch by the time it went all the way out of town to bring it back into town.
Breakfast turned to lunch. Yeah, you're right. She said, which way are you headed? Well, I'm headed back to the island. Great. On your way back, here's a $20 bill. Will you drop it off at so-and-so and so-and-so?
That must have been the most expensive chicken sandwich on the face of the earth. Cold.
That was $37.64 number 2 from Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
That value meal was not a value.
Now all of a sudden that some bitch ordering them Mike and Ike's from that gas station don't sound so dumb, do we? I paved the way for you there, buddy.
Anyways, he's DoorDash. Again, candy. He likes to throw stones at people in glass houses.
I've been there. I've done it all. I've seen it all. I invented it. I wrote about it. I created the best way to do it and the worst way to do it. But, well, I guess that about ties this one up, man. We're going to have to put a wrap on this pig and call it a day.
Do you think that you can get anything out of this? I don't know, man.
Yeah, we're at 53 minutes of a whole bunch of whatnot.
Yeah, but
it's probably going to take me about 10 days to edit this one with all the technical difficulties. But this was a good one. So just to let you guys know, again, see us at our YouTube channel listen to us on all platforms while you're driving the car. Don't be looking at this pretty face while you're swerving and weaving in and out of traffic. And you can also now get us at our website. It's thebourbontalking.com. We'll see you next time.
Adios.